Hello, astronomy enthusiasts from all around the world. My name is Luis Miguel Azorin, and I welcome you to a new video on astronomical events from Astro Academy. Let's get started with the astronomical events for December 2025, a month marked by cold skies, long nights, and some truly special events. Let's get to it. As always, we begin with the lunar phases. On December 5th, we have a full moon, known as the cold moon. This traditional name comes from North American cultures, referring to the start of winter and the intense cold of this time of year. Additionally, it is usually one of the highest full moons of the year in the northern hemisphere. If we think about photography, it will be perfect for illuminated night landscapes, winter scenes, and compositions with silhouettes. On December 11th, we have the last quarter moon, ideal for capturing dawn scenes with a soft moon near the horizon and many stars still visible. On December 20th, we have the new moon, the best night of the month for deep sky, nebulas, galaxies, clusters, and meteors. And on December 27th, we reach the first quarter moon. Excellent for sunset photographs with the moon accompanying planets and the first stars. Now let's move on to the main planetary events. On December 7th, we have Mercury at its greatest western elongation. Mercury will be in one of its best morning appearances of the year, very well positioned just before dawn. During December 2025, there are no planetary oppositions, but throughout the nights of this month, we'll have a good number of planets within reach of our telescopes. Mercury at its greatest western elongation, Jupiter and Saturn very well positioned. Uranus and Neptune. Now let's move on to the month's main astronomical events. First, the Geminid meteor shower, with its peak between December 13th and 14th. Although the Perseids are very famous, the quintessential annual meteor shower is the Geminids. It is one of the most active meteor showers of the year, if not the most, capable of producing over 100 meteors per hour under dark skies. This year, it will also coincide with a thin waning moon, which will allow us to enjoy dark skies for most of the night, making the conditions ideal for observing and photographing them. Its radiant is located in the constellation Gemini. Ursid meteor shower, peaking from December 22nd to 23rd. Less intense than the Geminids, but interesting for observers in the northern hemisphere. The radiant is located in Ursa Major, and the winter solstice on December 21st, the longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere. It marks the beginning of winter in the northern hemisphere and summer in the southern hemisphere. From this moment on, the length of the nights will begin to decrease and the hours of daylight will increase in the northern hemisphere, and the opposite will happen in the southern hemisphere. On December 19th, we have an important event. The closest approach to Earth of the interstellar Comet 3 I/Atlas. It is probably the most talked about and controversial object of 2025, ever since astrophysicist Avi Loeb speculated that it might be extraterrestrial technology. Coming from interstellar space, all indications suggest that it is simply a comet. That said, it's a comet that is approximately twice as old as our solar system and comes from the far reaches of our galaxy, which already makes its presence of great scientific interest. It will make its closest approach around December 19th. Although its brightness remains uncertain, it is an exceptional scientific and photographic object for telescopes and equipment with tracking systems, and it has already given us photographs like this one. And finally, as always, let's move on to this month's photography tips. For the Geminids and Ursids, use a wide-angle lens, high ISO sensitivity, and exposures of 10 to 20 seconds. Frame your shot toward the radiant but leave plenty of sky in the image. Avoid the full moon and prioritize nights close to the new moon. If you include interesting foreground elements, you can achieve photos like this one. For Mercury, start photographing 30 or 40 minutes before sunrise. Make sure the horizon is completely clear, use a sturdy tripod and a telephoto lens between 50 and 200 millimeters or even longer to make the planet stand out against the landscape. For deep sky photography, schedule your sessions around the new moon on the 20th. December offers long, cold nights with a stable atmosphere. For Comet 3 I/Atlas, use equatorial tracking, short repeated exposures, and comet-specific stacking. Check updated ephemerides as its brightness and position in the sky may change. Remember that the waxing and waning phases of the moon are ideal for practicing high-resolution lunar astrophotography due to the contrast we can achieve in its landscapes. And although we don't have any planets at opposition, we do have a good number of them well positioned for photography. Along with the atmospheric stability we get on cold winter nights, we'll have ideal conditions for planetary astrophotography. December brings long nights, powerful meteor showers, a special full moon, and an interstellar visitor we will never see again. If you want to dive deeper into night photography, astrophotography, or astrophotographic processing, remember that you have access to all the courses at Astro Academy and Academia Natural Portrait. See you under the stars, and happy end of the astronomical year.